Hello, everybody. I am Stacey Thomas, Unrestricted Unlimited, and I'm coming to you with the Stacey Thomas Unrestricted Unlimited Talk Show. So before we get started and I introduce my beautiful guest to you, I'd like to give a special shout out to our sponsor. To the sponsor of the show today is Destined Pathways LLC out of Hampton Roads, Virginia. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. They provide services to individuals 18 years of age to 65 or up with a diagnosis of ID or DD mental health who resides in the Hampton Roads communities. So that means there's not one particular town. If you're in the Hampton Roads area, you can contact Destined Pathways LLC if you are in need of help with your family members or perhaps you have a friend. Now, I've got something strolling at the bottom to tell you about it also, but I'd like to tell you that they are basically displaying the boldness of nurturing, the brightness of individuals and their future, and the unique outline of strategic services. They have, once again, transportation services and day care facilities during the daytime hours. If you should need to speak with someone to get more information, I have the number strolling at the bottom of the page. Please do give them a call. Once again, thank you to Destined Pathways LLC. It's always an awesome thing when there are people who are lending a hand in the mental health community. And we'll be back shortly. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Stacey. Hi, everybody.
So we are now live, Sorana, and I am anxious to talk to you about you being the prosperity mentor. So today our beautiful guest is Sorana Blackfoot. She's here to talk to us about business and things that women, and I assume men also, can learn a lot from you, right, Sorana?
I like to think so. My main focus is working primarily with women, especially women that are very business minded and career minded and maybe don't spend so much time on their personal finances.
Okay.
But of course, I do have men clients as well.
Okay. Sorana, let us get to know, I'd like for us to get to know you a little better because I want people to know about the individual that I met a few years ago at the Petersburg Library. I really like how you introduced yourself. I like how you let people know immediately what it is you can do to help them. I also like the fact that when someone says to you, I really don't have a budget, I really don't have this to invest, you still take the time out to help. Where did all of this come from?
Well, so a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Romania, and by the time I moved here, I was an adult. I had finished school and everything. And of course, I was young and crazy, and I thought everything was possible and I could do everything. And I came here to a totally different country with totally different financial system and everything else different. And I had to relearn everything. I had to learn the financial system first and foremost. I had to learn how you look for a job and even how to get places, how you get from A to Z without asking people, because that's what we used to do back home. Besides the fact that, of course, I knew how to get places because I was born and raised in that place. So when I came here and I started learning those things and I started working with a life insurance company, I naturally assumed that the people here knew the things that I didn't know because they were born and raised here. And I figured that I was at a disadvantage, let's say, with certain things because I just wasn't raised in the system. But as I learned the financial system here, and as I started talking to other people about it, I learned from them that they didn't know. And it came as a surprise in the beginning. Then I kind of understood more about the whole school system and life and everything around here. So it wasn't as much of a surprise anymore. But because of that, I started sharing what I was learning. And that's kind of how I transitioned from just doing life insurance into actually also teaching people other stuff about money. And I also at that time found a company that was focused on that. And I was with them for a number of years. And after that, I transitioned to another bigger company, more focused on serving people individually and working with them on individual.
Okay, I think we lost her for a moment, but not to fear. She'll be back because I'm anxious, like, just for her to give us a little bit of information on how she can help us invest better in our future. Welcome back. The cat?
Well, this is really weird. So hold on, because you saw it was working earlier. So give me 1 sec. Let me do this. And I'm everybody, but we're going to try to have a backup plan because maybe it's that whatever the system is, it wants too much from me or from my computer rather. So I don't know. But anyway, so I started working with a company that did a lot of one-on-ones the second time around. And even though it's a prestigious company in town and it is very well respected and has a great reputation, my heart is more into educating people. So I'm affiliated with them. I still love working with them because they're fantastic when it comes to reputation, when it comes to the companies and the products that they represent. But they don't do as much education. So I've affiliated myself with another company that's more focused on education. And I'm very adamant about having different options for people because it's not about convincing somebody that your thing is the best thing, but it's more so about figuring out what they need and then being able to fill in that need.
Okay.
So that is why I like having access to multiple platforms, multiple companies, so I can fit in wherever people need stuff.
She said maybe it's her system. I'm thinking maybe you'll get the chance to see them. I want you to feel free to post any questions or email her. She's gonna tell us exactly what services she offers. What it's gonna be on.
All right.
You okay?
Yep, I'm okay. Can
So
you see me if
Sorana,
I'm like this? Hold on 1 second. Let me do something here. Oops.
I thought it was the cats.
No, it's not the cats. It's the I don't know. There's something in the system. All right.
Okay. So Sorana, the services, what are the services that you do offer women? And is it only business women?
No, it's not business women exclusively, just like it's not even women exclusively, but just my main focus. The majority of my clients come from that environment. And the reason is because since I didn't grow up here,
Okay.
and since my family is not here, my contacts come from the business world because I met most people just like I met you in a business environment. I met them when I was out networking. So because of that, most of the people that I have contacts with, that I've built relationships with, and a lot of them have become good friends, yes, in time, but originally we met through business. We met usually at a networking event or were introduced through a mutual business connection. So that's why most of my clients come from that environment, but it's just where I meet them. I do have clients that have traditional jobs, and I do have clients that are men. It's just that the majority of my clients are women that own businesses because that's who is out networking and looking to meet people. And that's how I met people. I can't say that my classmate from high school is my client, or my friend from kindergarten is my client, or my mom's coworker is my client, because none of them are here. So, I had to meet people somehow.
Okay. And what do you have like what are you educating? Life insurance, retirement, or?
So I am licensed for life insurance and a lot of different types of investments, among which, of course, retirement type of investments. But I educate anything and everything money related. I know enough about different areas of money to get me in trouble, including taxes. I'm not a professional by any means when it comes to taxes. Well,
Okay.
actually, technically I am, but I'm not an accountant by trade.
Okay.
So if anybody needs an accountant, or they need somebody to do taxes for them, or some type of CFO to get their business in a certain direction, or ready to scale, then I can connect them with the right person for that. I just know enough to figure out they need that, or to tell them the first couple of steps that they need to take.
Okay. Sorana,
yeah, anything money related.
Something I want to ask you too, Sorana, before we start talking about your networking events. So you came here to a strange country, and your accent, it's not the heaviest accent, and I've never had a problem understanding you. Did that ever shake your confidence in being able to maybe work with Americans whose English is very clear?
No, actually. No, because I just took it, this is how it is. So
That's right.
you know how it is. If people grow up in a certain situation, that's their normal, right? So I have an accent, yes, but it's not like I can not have an accent. So it's just, it is what it is. I did learn when I was with a life insurance company, because it was a sales position. And one of the things that I learned is that my accent was actually an advantage and not a disadvantage, because people tended to pay attention to me because they couldn't really understand if they kind of listened. So they actually had to listen. So, I was in a management position at some point with that company, and I had to train people. And that's when I really realized the difference, because I was training Americans that grew up here that had no specific kind of accent as far as the people that we met and all that. And I realized that sometimes those people were tuning them out because they weren't really paying attention. They could kind of understand, but unfortunately, a lot of people, when you tell them that you're going to talk about life insurance, they're like, oh, okay. So with me, even though it was the same topic, because they couldn't really understand every single word without actually listening to what I'm saying, they didn't really tune me out. So I learned that was an advantage, and I appreciated that. With the same token, and you mentioned you want to talk about networking events, but with the same token, by meeting all of these people and by being different, by having this accent, I also built a certain reputation that then I had to hold up to. Because if I said something that was incorrect, if I lied, if I tried to convince people of something that was unethical, they would remember, and they would also remember who it was that said it. So I could never do that. Not that I was inclined to, but I realized that that was definitely not something I could do, because a few times it happened when somebody would go to somebody that I saw previously, and then they would come into the office and say, oh yeah, these people said they saw this girl that was short and had long hair and a heavy accent. Well, there was nobody else like that in the office. So with that, I understood that people remembered me and remember what I said. So it always mattered to me that whatever I say, whatever I do, it had to be true. It had to be something that I followed through, and it had to have certain standards, because people would remember. And I care about my name. I don't want to make a mess. I don't want people to say, oh, this is that one that doesn't do this, or oh, this event that she's at, oh, it sucks, or I don't really want to be part of it. So as I built that reputation and I met more people, then I had to live up to that with the next thing and the next thing. So I'm very careful about where I put my name and what I do. And I have a friend, and I'll talk about the conference that I'm organizing as well. But she was one of the speakers at my first conference, and in her book, she says your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room.
And I never really thought about it that way until I read it, but I knew that. So I always conducted myself and the business that way, because I knew that at some point, as I met all of these people, they'll know me, they'll remember me, and I didn't want them to think, oh, this is that person. I wanted them to think, oh, this is good because it has her name on it. So I always built everything that way.
So when
Which
someone,
is why this situation with the internet is driving me nuts. So now we're good.
so for individuals that need to connect with someone that is trustworthy and knowledgeable, is there any particular economic status or position they need to be in to follow you on social media, to attend your meetings, Sorana?
No, the only thing that I really, really, really care about is that they have to want to do something.
Okay.
I'm really not good at babysitting and carrying people around. Now, I will follow up and I'll give them time to think about it or work through whatever they need to work through. That's fine. But I'm not the type of person that said, "Did you do this yet? Did you do this yet? Did you do this yet?" So if they're willing to put the work in, then I don't mind working with anybody, regardless of where they are, because I feel that we all start somewhere. And I've had conversations with a lot of my trainees over the years saying, oh, I don't know about this, and what people are going to say that I don't know this. Well, everybody started somewhere, and everybody understands that the person in front of them starts somewhere. So I look at it like that from my standpoint as well when I work with a client or when I get a new teammate, that we all start somewhere.
Okay.
I've been in this industry for so long that I still am 25 and I'll be 25 for another 25 years probably. But I started
Okay.
back in kindergarten, so I have a lot of experience. So
Okay.
I know certain things and I know what I'm talking about, but with the same token, when I talk to somebody, I don't expect them to know that. I know you're awesome at what you do, and I'm probably not even half as good as you are at that. So I don't expect you to be good at the stuff that I do and stuff I'm good at. And that's how I work with anybody, whether they come to me as a prospective client or a prospective teammate or business partner.
Okay. So the last question. So your services include life insurance.
Yep. Life insurance, any type of investments, whether they're for retirement or not. I sit down with people and look at the big financial picture and figure out a game plan for them. I also am a chairperson for an organization called the Women's Advantage. It's focused on helping women in business grow their business or start a business if they don't have one. And they do that by running mastermind forums. So I'm the chairperson for the Central Virginia area.
Okay.
So women that want to grow a business or grow an additional revenue stream in their business can look into that. I also am the founder and organizer of Braille Conference, which is a women business conference. And our mission with that is to help women design the business of their dreams. And by doing that, by what we mean by that is help them look at the business side of whatever it is they do. Because a lot of us start in whatever industry because we're passionate about what we do, we're passionate about helping people, changing the world, making things better, all of that. But a lot of us are not as good looking at the business side of things, looking at the financials, at the marketing, at the social media part of it, or the tax part of it, or any of those things that we don't really like.
So as an entrepreneur, Sorana, so I could come, well, I've actually come to see you, but so as an entrepreneur, even though I'm not working for a major company, I'm just growing my own business. You're there to your events and your business services. You're there to assist entrepreneurs as well as people with full-time jobs for companies, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
So
very passionate about people doing their own thing. Now, I'm not advocating that if you have a job, you should dump it and just, become self-employed. But I believe that everybody should depend on themselves to a bigger or smaller extent. If you have a business, then grow it. If you have a job, then start a side business. And even if you're still in your job, and even if you can only dedicate an hour or 2 hours a day for your business, or 5 hours a week, or whatever you can do, you can still grow a business that maybe at some point will transition into becoming your full-time thing. Maybe not. Maybe you just want, I don't know, you'd like shoes and you just want to have enough money to buy a new pair of shoes every week. Whatever drives people, that's fine. But I believe that we all need to have something of our own that doesn't depend on somebody else. Now, with that, what I mean is don't expect for somebody to necessarily pay you a salary. You would have to depend on people to help you grow your business, because you can't do everything in your business and so forth. So yes to that, but just don't be dependent on the big corporation paying you, or the government taking care of you, or waiting for Social Security to kick in, or all of those things.
Okay. So I want you to tell us about your books and where we can find them, Sorana. And then I want you to take the last few minutes, Sorana, because I know you've got some great things going on with your events that you're giving. I want you to let people know how to follow you and what you have coming up next.
Thank you. So a couple of years ago, I decided to publish a book about my life. And because I work in the financial industry, I focused on my financial journey. I called it my money story. That's what I've been doing, and how I've grown up, and then what I've learned after coming here in a financial sense. And the title of the book is New World, New Dreams, My Money Story. It's available on Amazon. And if you search my name, you'll find it. There's only one Sorana Blackfoot all over the internet, Amazon, all that.
Okay.
If anybody else says they're me, they're lying, because it's only me.
Rada.
I also co-authored so far 3 books that came out each year with the Braille Conference. They're called Get It Done, Get It Designed, and Get It Developed. And I wrote a chapter in each book, and then the speakers from that year's conference contributed the other chapters. So for those ladies that want to grow a business, I would recommend that they check out those books, because they have a lot of wisdom from women that have years and years of experience in the field that they're experts in. All of them are available on Amazon. All of them are available in both paper form and Kindle. So whatever you prefer, check it out. So far, none of them are available audio, so I apologize. We will fix that at some point, but we haven't recorded all of that yet.
Okay.
That's where you can find out more about that. If you want to connect, I am on social media, unfortunately, for too long. I'm on Facebook. You can search me by my name, and you can also look for Unbroke Women Financial Makeovers, which is the public page. Or if you want to know more and connect on a deeper level, listen to what I say. If you feel that I can bring value to you in whatever stage of life and financial life you are in, check out on Facebook the Unbroke Women group. If it says financial makeovers next to it, is the public page. If it doesn't, that's the group. Ask to join. It is a private group, so you cannot see the content until you're a member. I usually post things about mindset, some of them, but mostly it's business and money.
Okay.
So if you join the community there, you'll meet a lot of women. That is an exclusive group for women, because we just are a little bit sensitive when it comes to money, and we don't really want to talk about certain things when men are around.
Okay.
So that's how that group is. And then if you want to learn more about the conference, BrailleConference.com, and that's BRIL conference.com is the website. Braille Conference is the Facebook page, and the Braille community is the group that's dedicated to people that participate in the Braille Conference. So if you'd like to attend, our next one is in March. We have one every year in March. Hopefully we'll be able to do it in person again. This year was online because of the whole coronation, where we all had to be home and couldn't mingle. But we are already planning for the next one. So follow us on Facebook for more information, or check out the website. It will be updated as the information becomes available. and we'd love to have you there. If you join, then you are automatically included in the Facebook group where you can connect with previous attendees, previous sponsors, vendors, speakers, everybody that participated in some way, shape, or form in previous brills.
Okay. And I'd like to add, before you go, Sorana, I'd like to let people know, yes, you have your native language, and yes, you are speaking the English language, but because we are a country that's growing, and we also have a large population of Spanish-speaking people, they are also not only welcome, but you are able to communicate with them should someone have a friend that they want to bring to the conference.
See,
Okay, okay. Okay, Sorana, I want to thank you. I do hope to attend one of your conferences. I know you've invited me, and I've always had different things or working and had things to do, but I would like very much to attend. I'll continue to follow you on Facebook and try not to miss things, because I know from hearing other people talk, I am missing some very important things that you're doing. And if you should come up with some more conferences, all you have to do is let me know, Sorana, and we can have you back on and you can talk about it, okay?
I appreciate that. And in the meantime, for anybody that wants to learn more about money, every other Friday from 4 to about 5:15, 5:30, we're having a women event that's called Wine, Women, and Wealth. The next one is going to be on the 15th and then on the 29th. So while we're in this situation where we're socially distant, the events are online. Afterwards, maybe we'll get back to doing them in person like they were originally planned. But we just sip a glass of wine and talk about money and make new friends. That is a women-only event. And also, I can invite people to another event that is called Money 101 for those women and gentlemen that want to learn more about money. I collaborate with a company that organizes those. I'm not the speaker for those, thank God. Somebody else is, but they know what they're talking about, so that's good. And there is another big event coming up, and I'm not sure, Stacey, who your audience is, if they're in business and looking for partnerships or looking to grow their business through partnerships. But I have a friend from Calgary, Alberta, who is going to be speaking on Zoom. He was supposed to actually come and speak here in Richmond, but he will be speaking via Zoom in an event that will be Friday the 15th from 9 till about 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And that event is going to be about how to set up joint venture partnerships. So if anybody's interested, look on Facebook for an event called JVology. That's the name of his company, and it is organized by a local networking organization called Synapse, which I'm a part of. And if you look for on Facebook for their public page, which is Synapse, then you can find the event listed there and you can participate. It is a public event.
Okay,
and it is free to attend, by the way.
Okay, if you should have the time, Sorana, please feel free to come back under this video and post those events, or perhaps send them to me and I'll be happy to post them.
Okay.
The March 15th sounds interesting to me, and some of the other things also. So please do come back and put whatever you want under the video, Sorana, okay?
Will do.
I'm wishing you the very best and hope to see you soon.
So much.
Thank you for coming on the show, Sorana. Bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Hello, hello. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's the Stacey Thomas Unrestricted Unlimited Talk Show. And Sorana is in Richmond, Virginia. And Sorana is a very patient person. If you should want to contact her about any of your money questions, I would suggest you touch base with her and follow her on Facebook. She does have some interesting groups also. So I would like to thank again my sponsor for today's show, Destined Pathways LLC. As I said before, if you're in the Hampton Roads area, you should really check them out if you have relatives or friends that are suffering with ID or DD, which is involved in mental health, from the age of 8 years old to 65 and up. Please don't hesitate to check out Destined Pathway LLC. I am Stacey Thomas, author, speaker, and advocate for Lou Gehrig's disease. I tell people, if you're interested in what Stacey's writing about, please feel free to go on Amazon.com. And I'll post a link up under here so that you can also see exactly how you can check out what Stacey Thomas does. Until next time, people, don't stress about yesterday. Don't worry too much about tomorrow. If you do, you just might miss living today. Have a great day. Oops, I'm sorry. So on Friday, I did forget something. On Friday at 6 p.m., adults only, we will be talking with 2 adult entertainers about what's going on with them during the COVID-19 crisis. And we'll also find out from them exactly what they have coming up next. That'll be this Friday on the Stacey Thomas Unrestricted Unlimited Talk Show, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Please join us.